What's up, Brozones? Welcome to the Ozone and welcome to another reaction video. Today we are going to be reacting to a very short clip, I'm sure, but I was literally just watching the state of play, the PlayStation state of play, and what came up? Secret at the Mimic. I mean, we all kind of expected this to come because we haven't had a Secret of the Mimic trailer yet. And it's coming this year. So I'm just going to get straight into it. I am so excited to see what this is going to be like, whether it's going to be... I don't actually know. I haven't been really keeping up with like what's actually going on with Secret of the Mimic. I guess it's... I imagine it's going to be like Security Breach with kind of like the first person gameplay. But I could be surprised. We'll see if there's like VR support and stuff like that. Let's just see what it's like. I am super excited to see how this is going to turn out. Let's go. Steel Wall Studios. That was sick.
So let me explain the situation.
Phone guy?
One of our contractors, Edwin Murray, has gone missing.
Edwin Murray!
Abandoned in his warehouse. Your job is simple. Enter the warehouse and retrieve the technology that he was developing for us. It's a kind of prototype endoskeleton that
Whoa,
can
the elephant!
and become any character. We suspect
What's
it
that?
may be malfunctioning.
That looks like
so
the Tiger Rock.
beware of the slim but non-zero chance.
It's the same style.
Sustained significant injuries while attempting
Jackie.
to retrieve, including but not limited to death or dismemberment. We fully expect the retrieval process to go smoothly and without incident. But just in case, we suggest you get your affairs in order.
It's
before
him!
arriving.
Oh my gosh. It's 1-to-1 with the books, guys. That mushroom is in the books. Tiger Rock? Is this a Fnaf game? What the hell is that?
Responsible for damage to property or person. Thank you for being a valued member of the Fazbear team.
6/13/25. Wow. So I have a few things to say about that. That concluding line there, about like damage to personal property and whatever. I can't remember what exactly they said, but that seems to really parallel, I think, one of Security Breach's endings, where they say a very similar thing. But obviously, this is taking place in 1979, so it's almost like it's creating a connection between the latest part of the timeline in FNAF and the earliest part. Remember, this is supposedly taking place in 1979. This is back when Edwin Murray was creating animatronic costumes for Fazbear Entertainment, and we see that in the story The Mimic in Tales from the Pizzaplex. And as I was saying throughout that, what the hell, this is a 1-to-1 a 1-to-1 replica with the book. So I might have to do a separate video where we go through every little detail that is connected to the books here. But I just kind of want to point out a few things that I've noted. Like, first of all, game looks great. As I was saying, it doesn't feel like a FNAF game, really. Maybe it's because there's no Freddy Fazbear. Like, I didn't see a Freddy Fazbear in this. It doesn't feel FNAF-y in that regard. But at the same time, it's good because we're kind of moving to that kind of new era of like, this is how the games are going. This is I mean, it's the Mimic, right? The Mimic is the main character at the moment, the main talking point for the FNAF lore. So it kind of makes sense. We still don't really know who Jackie is. I'm assuming Jackie is the Mimic, but I don't know if it's just like one of its costumes or whatever. Let's go through this. So this road shot is insane. I might actually bring up... Okay, so here is what I'm looking at. So we have this van coming in, and we're looking down at the road. This is a really cool shot, by the way. I don't know why I like this so much. I guess we haven't really seen much of the outside world of Freddy's. It's kind of weird that this is like the first proper realistic road that we're seeing. But here we have the van coming in, And this says Fazbear Entertainment on it, I think. I wish my thingy would load quicker. Fazbear Entertainment. Right there. So, what does that imply? First of all, look at the logo. The logo is very reminiscent of the 70s, early 80s, I would say. And it's shockingly different to the one that we already know. There's no Freddy Fazbear logo at all here. Like, Freddy Fazbear isn't the center of attention yet of Fazbear Entertainment, I don't think. I mean, I could be completely wrong about that, but that's my interpretation of that. Like, this is very much 70s, and we're very much in an era before what Fazbear Entertainment, what Fazbear Entertainment came to be in the games. And then we get this cool shot. I'm not going to go through every shot frame by frame, but like, there's so many characters here. There are so many characters here that I don't recognize. And that's really cool. That's really cool for a game, because it means we're going to go in and we're going to go and see loads of different characters and meet new people, and we are not going to have a clue what to expect. And so that's really, really cool. At the same time, I do kind of wish it still had kind of like the main elements. Like, hopefully there is a Freddy suit that the Mimic gets into. And hopefully, I would love, actually, my one thing that I would love in this is if there was a mode like the Ennard Night of Sister Location, where you are kind of sat in an office and you do have to defend against just the Mimic. I would love that, and I would love to see the Mimic like dress up in different suits, and that kind of shows you what kind of way he's going to go, or what kind of actions he's going to do. I think that would be sick, personally. But I don't know how the gameplay of this is going to be. I think it is going to be like Security Breach. What the hell? Where? Oh, this is like Edwin's office or something? I think it's insane. I think it's insane that they mentioned Edwin Murray. Like, just out in the open. And guys, if you're watching this, if you don't believe that the books are important at this point, go away. You are in denial. Like, you are so in denial, and I hate to be mean, but at this point, you are just blatantly, like, you're just blatantly missing everything. Okay, you're missing completely the point. The books are 100% tied to the games. This is what Scott has been trying to tell us. I guess even since, maybe I won't go that far. People are going to flip. I was going to say, maybe ever since Phasma Frights came out, that maybe that's what he's been trying to do. He's been trying to clarify that. But I think people will flip if I say that properly. But I do think in recent games, in recent books, he has been trying to clarify that very fact. And even just the update recently, I was going to cover it and then I didn't because I'm too lazy. But we had a recent update where we had the Tiger Rock plush, and that is clearly telling us that, Tiger Rock exists in the games as well. And so if Tiger Rock, a book character, also exists in the games, like, what is this crossover happening? So that's kind of cool. Let's see a few more. What does that say? Something late. Once again, I will go through this properly soon. We have the mushroom guy down here. We have 12 a.m. So maybe this is like an office gameplay. That would be my dream, to be honest. Because while I love Security Breach for what it is, I mean, there are a lot of flaws with it, granted. But Ruin was amazing, right? Ruin was so good. And I hope that they continue to go in that sort of direction. Of course, Help Wanted 2 was amazing as expected because it's a VR game. And Steel will have been pretty good with their VR game so far. But one thing I would love to do is just to go back to sort of the old indie, like why we love Five Nights at Freddy's in the first place. And that is because of the replayability, well, not necessarily replayability, but like, it's a really simple game. It's about resource management, and I would love to see more of that in the future. And I think this is a really good way to modernize it if that's what this is doing. Let's continue. Who the hell is that? That's a sheep, I think. The elephant, I think. I mean, the elephant looks like he's had too many. Yeah, we won't talk about that. I think the elephant was in the. Was it in the games? I don't remember if it was in the books, but I know the elephant was in the games, right? We've seen the elephant mascot suit in Ruin. It's kind of a big question as to like, why is the elephant mascot there in Ruin again? But I guess they moved the mimic with its costumes or something. Or maybe Edwin's factory was... Maybe Edwin's factory became... No, because it's Fredbear's. I was going to say maybe Edwin's factory became the pizzeria in Fnaf 6, and then they built the Pizzaplex on top of it, but I think that's a big stretch. I do think Edwin's factory has something to do with the Pizzaplex, though. I do think there's a bigger connection there. And I believe people have made theories on that. Maybe I will do a theory review on that sort of theory soon. Who is that? No idea. Well, yeah, I said here when this came up, this does look eerily close to the Tiger Rock plushie that we saw in that update I just mentioned. I think the same kind of style, like eyes, I guess, and this kind of, what would you call this? I don't know what you would call that on an animal, but you kind of have like the cheeks and the whiskers and stuff. It just reminded me of Tiger Rock a little bit. So stylistically, they're going with similar. Who is that? I don't know who that is. I might have to brighten that up in another video. There's Jackie. Is that an apple? Oh no, that was a mouse, I think. Or I don't know. And then here we have... Oh, interesting, we have the Fredbear poster here. That is a Fredbear poster. That's very interesting. And then we have the elephant. Hopefully these have names as well. But I really like that it's wearing different costumes. This looks like a really cool area. Amazing character design. Really cool screenshot. Really cool. I love that. I love this character design so much. Okay, wait. What did I miss? The elephant. Okay, that's the elephant suit without the mimic in it. This looks like a puzzle. This looks like one of those like pipe puzzles where you got to get the water from one pipe to the other and you got to like rotate the things. It looks like you got to rotate some hexagons to get it to the right place. First aid. Wow. Oh, we just saw that actually. That was just another shot. Who the hell is that? Like I say, does this even look like FNAF anymore? Like, is FNAF losing its FNAF? I would say it's definitely evolving. But this almost looks like a staff bot before they became staff bots. So we saw the elephant here. I'm not going to go back because for some reason my laptop is taking ages to do the inputs. But this is the puzzle, yeah. So, yeah, it looks like maybe a staff bot before they were staff bots. It looks like maybe Edwin created a lot more robotics than we thought. It looks like Edwin's factory is a lot bigger than we first thought. But we did see in that update I mentioned before that Edwin's factory, if that is Edwin's factory, is gigantic. Like, this is going to be a big place to explore. Might even be another Pizzaplex sort of size. So that's something to keep in mind. Looks like we have the present as well from Security Breach that we get the... where is it? Not here. It looks like we have... Right here, we have the present from Security Breach that you unwind to get like the messages. There you go. The messages and the accessories, I guess. So I guess maybe we're going to have a same sort of theme there, which I kind of like. I kind of like the FNAF Steel Wall era. They're kind of using the same... they're not kind of like redoing everything every game. They're kind of using similar methods to get you to get messages and lore and stuff. I think that's kind of cool. Big gate here. Mushroom guy. Fungus man. We go outside. We go on the rooftop. That's really cool. This looks like the Tiger Rock plushie, but I'm wondering if it is a Tiger Rock suit. At the same time, if you remember back to the Mimic story in Tales from the Pizzaplex, that is when we first saw the Tiger Rock plushie, because it was something that David was very connected to, and then because the Mimic mimicked David, the Mimic became connected to Tiger Rock. So maybe this is a shot of the Mimic holding the Tiger Rock plushie, or it is a separate Tiger Rock plushie suit, or Tiger Rock suit. Don't know. It looks like it's its own entity. Helper! Oh no! We have Helpy, 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 Helpi, and now we have Helper, Helper. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. It's going to be really interesting seeing the really early parts of the timeline, because it does seem like a lot of, especially the recent lore, builds off of this. So it is almost like a completely different story. It's almost like we've got one story that happens from like 1983 to 2023, and then we have another story that's also happening, but it happens in like 1979, and then big gap, and then after 2023. It's kind of weird, right? But I quite like that. And I like that they're building off of the early parts of the timeline. Hopefully there's some connections to Henry and William. I mean, if we can get in the games that Henry and Edwin coexist, then I think that's damning evidence that Tails isn't a parallel, right? I think it's damning evidence. I mean, if everything else wasn't evidence enough. It's interesting. What in the Poppy Playtime is this? I have no idea. That's the mouse that we saw on the table. Like here, this does not look like Fnaf at all. It doesn't. As much as I hate to say it, doesn't look like Fnaf. If I joined the state of play at this point in time, I would not think this is Fnaf. But I do really like the aesthetic of this. It's really aesthetically pleasing. Also, who are we? That's a big question that I don't know the answer to. Are we Edwin Murray? I would assume we're not Edwin. But that makes us think, like, who are we? Are we just a factory worker? Are we one of the Fazbear Entertainment employees? Maybe we are one of the Fazbear Entertainment employees. That's why they showed us the Fazbear Entertainment van coming. Maybe we are a Fazbear Entertainment employee going to the factory and trying to neutralize the Mimic. Because that is something that happens in the Mimic story. You need to remember that in the Mimic story, if you've read it, that there are two parts to the story, actually. There's the first part with the Edwin and the David part and the tragic history of the Mimic. And then there's the second part, which actually shows a brutal set of murders done by the Mimic in these costumes. And so I feel like this is going to be a big game of hide and seek. That is the dream, right? That this is connected to that story in the same sort of way that we are a Fazbear Entertainment employee coming to Edwin's factory, because Edwin works for Fazbear Entertainment in some way or another. Maybe we are Fazbear Entertainment coming to check on Edwin, and we get killed by the Mimic, or something happens to us, and I'm a bit. I don't know how this is going to end, because however it ends, it doesn't affect the next part of the timeline, if you know what I mean. But it could tell us a lot about. It could clarify something, and I don't know. I don't know what that could be, but it's going to be interesting to see how this game progresses. It's not going to be a good ending necessarily, because the Mimic continues to live. But yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. Like, what is the ending? Are we going to see Trash and the Gang? Probably, because we know that Edwin made Mr. Hugs at least. and the hugs bot. That's a cool shot as well. That reminds me of when they had PAX, when they did PAX, and they had Jackie coming through, like coming over the top of the like netting, I guess. That's a really cool one. It seems like this game is going to be quite tense. There's going to be a lot of running. It's going to be... I feel like this is very Poppy Playtime-esque. Very Poppy Playtime-esque. Now... Oh my gosh. Okay. So this shot is terrifying. This shot is terrifying. This looks like a boss. Why does this look like a boss? And maybe the more important question, why does this look like Music Man? Why does this look like Music Man? DJ Music Man. Yeah, DJ Music Man to be specific. What the hell is this? What are we going into? Oh my god. I love how the Five Nights at Freddy's text just pops in. It doesn't fade in or anything. So this is an interesting shot. I mean, yeah, really terrifying. Notice the hair. Notice the tash. Notice maybe there's a hat on him as well. Like, I don't know if I got the full picture before. Yeah, there's a hat on him, definitely. This feels very... I don't know how to put it. I'm gonna say carnival-y. Again, we may be seeing a lot of themes of Fall Fest with this, because there's the whole theory that there were many Fall Fests before Fall Fest 83. Fall Fest 83 was the one where something really bad happened. Well, I think that's the theory at least. But supposedly there's Fall Fest before that year, and this is where like Sun and Moon came from. This is where the Mimics starred. So there's a lot going on with Fall Fest at this time in the timeline. So supposedly this could be a big robot. This could be like the DJ Music Man before DJ Music Man, you know? But I'm really glad we're getting to see this. Like, this is a really cool animatronic. I'm really glad they are utilizing DJ Music Man more, or Music Man's design and sort of aura, because DJ Music Man, he is terrifying, and even though he was used incredibly in Security Breach, he is still underused severely, because it's a terrifying design. But this is really scary. Like, this is great. This is really good stuff. And I'm so glad. And I love that text coming in. Again, I'm not going to rewind it because I freaking can't. But like this glitch effect, is it going to happen again? There you go. That kind of like rolling of the tape. I love it. I love it. 13th of June. 13th of June. We have almost exactly 4 months until this game comes out. I am super excited for this. I think it's going to be really sick. And it's the next big Fnaf thing before the second movie. So excited. All right, I was recording for a lot longer than I thought I would there, but that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in another video. Goodbye.